Yeah, it's a good life though. It's a good life. It's Tuesday morning. I've got to get into the garage and get a speed workout in. Forgot to record anything yesterday, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, I've just, for some reason, started the week off pretty tired, as you can imagine. I usually am, so that's kind of where we're at. But today we're doing 6 by 800 with equal rest, and we are going to do probably half mile, 1.5 mile warm up, 1.5 mile cool down. So probably be on the treadmill for 65-ish minutes. Then we're going to get a quick run and lift later in the day as well. Yeah, it's my last week of this series. Chasing Health is coming to an end, and the reasoning for that is because we're going to be starting up a speed block again, and then we're going to do 8 weeks of speed, try and see what we can get our 5K to, and then we're going for the marathon for Tokyo 2026. So all good things. I honestly doesn't even feel real that I'm going. I need to figure out the personal finances, but through donations as well as people using affiliate links, we have raised basically the $3,000. So, we may be a couple hundred short or something like that, but I'm more than happy to make up that difference. So grateful to each and every one of you who donated, who used the affiliate links. It really means a lot to be able to do this, to be able to have that entry. Anyway, today we're going to be continuing miles in the Wave Rebellion Flash 3. I've only done one run in these so far, and it was on the treadmill. I'm going to do another run in these today on the treadmill for two reasons. One, it's raining outside, and two, my ankle is still a little bit weak, and these shoes are unstable. So I'm just going to be running on flat again today. Also because I'm tired and I just want to watch some anime on my phone, if I'm being completely transparent too. But do want to protect this ankle, I think, just for the remainder of this week, because we're going into speed next week and I want it as healthy as possible. So anyway, yeah, we got to get moving. It's going to be a long day. Tuesdays are always my longest day, workout wise and work wise. So it is what it is. Let's get moving. All right, here we go. The legs are not feeling it, but we got to do it anyway. So let's get it done. 800 meters, starting now. All right, 2 down, 1 mile in. Heart rate's recovering well, but going at goal 5K pace right now for these intervals. And I'm breathing well, the heart and lungs are doing decent, but I can tell that the legs are just a little tired, so. Ended up getting 5 miles, 5.15. I'm gonna skip my cool down because I gotta go get my son up, and I'm going into the office today, so I need to rinse off really quick, so I'm in a rush, but tired. I'm setting my alarm early, and I didn't even snooze my alarm today. I slept through it. Just crazy. I feel like I went to bed at a reasonable hour last night. I think I've got a lot weighing on me from stress from past weeks, plus just travel coming up. I've got a lot of travel coming up. It's not even that condensed, but we're going to North Carolina and then Portugal here at the beginning of next month, end of this month. Going to San Antonio first week of December. We may go to San Jose for Thanksgiving, I don't know. And then there's Tokyo, obviously the big one next year, and trying to start planning ahead for that so that we can get all of our accommodations and everything set. So
It's stressful, I gotta figure everything out, but it is what it is. Anyway, Wave Rebellion Flash 3. Geometry is largely the same as the 2, but the foam, at least underfoot, first impressions are that it is a lot softer and bouncier. So I thought that the Wave Rebellion Flash 2 was really snappy, and I thought it was one of the more underrated shoes. The issues with the 2 were that it felt really, really narrow, and the upper was not flexible at all. It was kind of like a TPU plasticky overlays, or not overlays, plasticky material. And the 3, it's really more of a traditional upper, and it seems to work, right, which is nice. Now, I do think the magic is in the midsole. Now, I do think the magic is in the midsole, but it does have that heel cutout, and so I think that will limit it. The other thing is I do still feel like it pushes me onto not just my toes, but like I feel like it forces you to almost overpronate a little bit. So those with stability issues, and that's why I'm using them on the treadmill right now while my ankle is weak. Those with stability issues, this is not a shoe for you. However, man, that's fun. I need to compare it to the Boston 13 and do a couple of reps in each because I really like the snappiness of the Boston. This may be kind of the best of both worlds where you get that top end speed, but you also get the bouncy comfort. It's not gonna have as much wide mass appeal, obviously, due to the geometry, but for a speed-oriented trainer, like the paces today, despite the legs not feeling it, the shoes I felt like carried me some. So ultimately, really, really awesome shoe. Excited to get more miles in it. And I was, again, really, really impressed with the Flash 2. I thought it was super underrated. The Flash 3, at least right off the bat, I do feel like it is a better version and it is an upgrade. So we'll get this review in the next few weeks. All right, Wednesday. Supposed to be running easy, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm just tired. I'm kind of in like an F it mindset. So I'm just kind of flowing. We're feeling good. About 4.5 miles in, we're testing out the new Maverick Runner from Tier. They're fun. We'll give some first thoughts here, but they're fun.
It's Thursday morning, and I have officially dropped below 170 pounds. We are 169.5. We are wrapping up our deficit this weekend and moving into a speed block next weekend, or next week. I've definitely hit a wall energy-wise, right? So I think timing is working out perfectly. But yeah, I'm just so freaking tired. Work has been tiring and stressful, not for any reason in particular other than like I'm trying to get ahead of things. So at the end of the month we're going to Portugal, or I'm going to North Carolina and then to Portugal from North Carolina, and just so I don't have to bring my work laptop and my personal laptop for editing and doing all that stuff, I'm trying to film and edit and schedule out all the YouTube videos for the week of the 28th, whatever that week is after that, like the week of the 4th, and then the week of the like 9th or 10th or whatever after that too. So I'm trying to get essentially 3 full weeks ahead on full-length YouTube videos with the exception of the weekly vlogs. So as you can imagine, I already put out 5 full-length videos a week. I'm trying to basically put out the equivalent of like 10 a week right now in order to not have to worry about that and just enjoy time with family and then enjoy time in Portugal with my wife. So it's a lot, and that paired with just kind of a busy work schedule right now. I run a sales team. I have a bunch of new sales reps on my team, and so as their manager, I need to help them get up to speed and help them be on their calls and shadow and stuff like that. So it's just been a lot of hand holding lately, and it's all wearing on me. So I'm gonna be fine. I was talking to my wife, it's just sometimes you just have these phases of life where you're tired, you're stressed, and that and like a calorie deficit on top of all that wasn't great. So but I've purposely kind of held back in training, haven't really been pushing the pace one speed workout a week really, and just, you know, the body has responded really well overall to just general training, just general maintenance. And, you know, my running volume is lower than it was. So we went from basically 10 hours a week of running down to, you know, probably around 8, if you look at the actual running and not like the trail time that I've had on a couple of these weeks. So, yeah, anyway, I gotta get out there.
All right, I just ripped the 640 right off a warm-up mile, and felt smooth. I mean, my heart rate's up, don't get me wrong, but I did not feel like I was pressing like a 640. So, oh, these mega blasts, these might be something. All right, I've long said it. You should not train, like legitimately train for a race and lose weight at the same time. Now, over the last 10 weeks, I've been pushing that limit a little bit and playing with it, right? Knowing that I was potentially risking injury. I was doing it for my mental health, for my general health. I didn't want to just sit and run easy miles over 10 weeks and lose, you know, some level of fitness too that I had developed. I had already lost some to that virus, so I was frustrated. The reality is, if you go down this path of weight loss and performance, then for the first few weeks, you may even feel good because, you know, that your body's inflammation, different things will drop, right? But eventually, one of two things will happen. One, your workouts will start to suck. You just won't have the energy, like quite literally won't have the energy, the calories, the glycogen stores, right? The carbohydrates, the sugars to be able to sustain high level training. The other thing that can happen is like you lack the nutrients to recover, get stress fractures, things like that, right? My wife has been in a calorie deficit for 12 weeks. She's been losing weight. And, you know, yesterday she was like, I'm all of a sudden I can't even do chores around the house. Like I feel like every second I get, I'm sitting down. Our bodies will self-regulate, right? They'll adjust. They'll adjust in ways that sometimes we don't notice, where it's like, oh, all of a sudden, right, my sleep isn't as good quality. All of a sudden, right, like I don't, you know, I have ADHD. I'm kind of jittery sometimes I twitch, right? And so your body will stop doing some of those things. Like it will self-regulate, it will find places to save calories, right? Now, if you're unlucky, you end up getting a stress fracture, an injury, something along those lines, right? So I'm done, 10 weeks, we hit my goal weight. It was purely for health, not for performance, right? Like I had gotten some inflammation. I was starting to feel some excess fatigue, different things just from the stress and like the excess weight accumulating. I was not trying to lose weight to get faster. To be clear, I just wanted to get back to my baseline health. I'm there, but let me tell you that this week and last week, holy crap, my sleep, and again, there's other factors, but like my workouts, while I may hit paces, I am fighting for paces, right? Usually. Now, the shoes, to be honest, the shoes are helping, right? Like super responsive shoes, fun shoes, they get me motivated, they keep me moving. But I can tell, like today, I just wrapped up at like just over 5 miles. Now, I hit, you know, 6:45, 6:40, 6:50 on my 3 mile repeats. I did about a minute to a minute and a half rest in between them, right? Because that should have been high end threshold. And I'm shot. Like I can tell I'm shot. I'm gonna be shot the rest of the day, right? Where that workout shouldn't wreck me, right? Those paces are gonna be challenging, but the workout shouldn't wreck me like it did. I don't even have the energy or feeling like I could go do a mile cool down and I'm not going to, right? So we've reached my goal. I'm gonna increase calories, gonna start to increase intensity, right? Gonna start structured training. But again, like I just wanna be clear because I've said it and I stand by it. Weight loss and training for performance are opposite goals. Now on another note, I will do more thorough first impressions later. Mega Blast. It's a shoe of the year candidate. It's as good as people are saying, maybe better. Holy crap. So I've, you know, two new shoes this week that I've been testing, right? So for one, I gave you first thoughts on the Wave Rebellion Flash 3, which is legit. Like that is a legit plated trainer. Super bouncy, fun shoe, super unstable though. But the Maverick yesterday from Tier. That thing rips. It's lightweight, it's not low to the ground, but it feels like it's got some good pop and ground feel in the forefoot area. Breathable toe box, wide toe box, right? Really accommodating, but good midfoot lockdown still. Like, that's up there with the Evo SL. I don't know if I would say it surpasses the Evo SL yet. It's up there with it. Mega Blast, it's up there with the Evo SL. This one might surpass. We'll see. It's close.
Saturday morning, we're about to go for our Saturday long run, and we're gonna keep it under 2 hours today. I'm gonna say a fairly chill pace right now. We'll see. I've had a habit of ripping the last few weeks. Yeah, just the general goal over the last 10 weeks was general health. Just keep myself healthy, get myself in a good spot, and I feel like we have successfully done that. I was able to basically drop down, I think on average I dropped down about 12 pounds. And I ended up, being able to hover around 45 to 50 miles a week, which was generally where I wanted to be. And, didn't really push pace, like, on certain days. Like, I wasn't trying to train for performance. I wasn't trying to improve my paces or anything like that. I just kind of took what the body gave me on a daily basis. And then finally this week I felt kind of the deficit. Like, it finally hit me and I was like, okay, yeah, we're done. And I wanted to go 10 weeks. We went 10 weeks. Things are good. So it really worked out for the best. Now I have basically, I think, 24 weeks before Tokyo, right? So 24 weeks is too long for for a build, in my opinion. And my long runs have been averaging around 2 hours, a little under 2 hours, for 14 to 15 miles. So length of the long run, or distance of the long run, has been good. I'm confident if I wanted to go for 20 today, I could go for 20. Now, I will be honest, that would be tiring. It would not wreck me, but it'd be a lot. So we're kind of in a decent spot as far as just general overall fitness and a good place to build. Now, over the next 8 weeks, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen and basically go and try and get faster, right, on that top end, that sharp end speed. We're talking 5K pace, 10K pace, kind of those. See if we can go sub 19 on that 5K, because realistically, if I want to go sub 3 in Tokyo, which, I learned my lesson, I'm not sure how possible that is. It just depends on how my body responds personally. But if I want to go sub 3 in Tokyo, then I'll really, I need a faster starting point. I think I have the volume this year. Last time I went for Tokyo, I was averaging probably about 40 miles a week. This time I'm averaging about 50. So, 20% increase in volume, which means, more durable, have more aerobic capacity, right? I am faster too than I was. Even after this last 10 weeks, I think I'm still in a good spot, especially after sharpening. So we'll sharpen and then we'll extend that speed out and we'll see kind of where we land. I think a very reasonable goal, because I think I was in 315 to 320 shape on my last race and I blew up. I went out too fast. But I think a very reasonable goal is 310, sub 310, right? So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Gonna do what I can. The goal is still long-term sub 3. I would love to go sub 3 in Tokyo. I just don't want to go in with expectations this time. I just want to focus on the training, build, and do my best. So that's what we're gonna do.
10 miles in, basically just did a progression. I didn't intentionally do that, but that's just kind of how it happened. I finished the last few miles at we're at 750 pace, which was good. But I'm tired. I'm just taking a walking break because I want to. and we got like 2 miles till the house, so I'll probably slow jog it in and maybe add a couple of extra on the back end, just kind of nice and easy cool down. We'll see. I don't know, I kind of want to hit 2 hours. Kind of just want to be done today too. Just tired this week. All right, I think that we're gonna hit just over 12 and call it good. I'm tired, and we're going back to normal calories, normal training next week, so I think it's okay to just wrap up. All right, I just had to hit a couple of strides and we're done. Those strides probably look terrible. I started moving after I had like walked for a quarter mile, already done, and then I was like, I should hit some strides. Clunky. Anyway, we're done for the week. 50 miles, I think 7:40 is right about on the dot. Now I think I'm gonna go home and immediately mow the lawn. My daughter's birthday was this week, but we're doing her party today, this afternoon, so I've got some house chores, housekeeping to take care of. You know, that's the thing about being a dad. Is, you know, you can get your run. Like, I ran a little bit later today than I normally would. Appreciate my wife for letting me do that. Appreciate my kids for just being good sleepers for the most part, as far as like sleeping in. They've always kind of slept in, so allows me to have a little more time. But no matter how tired you are, no matter what you got, you still got dad duty. Still got to mow the lawn, still got to do some yard work, still got to take care of the fam, clean the house, you know, make sure everything is clean and ready to go for the week. So, yeah, it's a good life though. It's a good life.